I did it. I finally did it, and I created a BookTube channel. I just thought this would be a cute little like get to know me post. Also, I wanted to do a little reading wrap up, but with like a little twist, because I didn't want to just wanted to do like a yearly wrap up from 2024 on all the books that I like, and it's like different categories and stuff. So I'll go through that, but first I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Melissa. I am from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I've been on 𝓦𝓮𝓵𝓬𝓸𝓶𝓮 for about a little over a year now. I started in December of 2023, and I have just been loving it over there because I don't have to show my face. Like, I literally love it because I don't have to show my face. But I wanted to do the YouTube thing because I feel like there's not a lot of booktubers, and like I wanted to be able to like talk more about the books that I read like verbally. So I just thought this would be fun. Like I said, my name is Melissa. I am the reclusive reader. I was like shocked nobody had that name when I chose it, because like I'm so shy, and like I feel like everybody, like I feel like it would just have been taken, but it's not. So like, yay me. So yeah, I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I have twin boys, Asher and Simon. They'll be 3 on February 3rd, which is coming up, and like I cannot believe it. But anyway, this is not a parenting channel. Then I got my fiance Tony, who I love so much. We've been together since 2019, and he is just so supportive of all of my endeavors. And the fact that I have this bookshelf is like crazy to me, and like thank you so much, babe, I love you. And he's just like my #1 supporter, like for real. So shout out to supportive partners. So yeah, so I am 31 years young. I'll be 32 on February 19th. I went to Kutztown University, and I lived in Westchester, Pennsylvania for a while until I met Tony, and I moved up here because he had a daughter and stuff and blah blah blah. But yeah, we really want to move either out west or down like to the Carolinas, since right now we're in Pennsylvania. We like want a little bit warmer weather, but I also don't want too warm like out west, because I love snow still. So yeah, so we'll see what happens in the future, but that's like years down the line. But yeah, so I'm just a stay-at-home mom, taking care of my boys while trying to read in between all of that nonsense, the cooking, the cleaning, you know, all that jazz. But yeah, reading has really helped me beyond words I can literally even express. Ever since I had my boys, like it was like so stressful, and like I feel like I didn't have an outlet like to relieve that stress, and then I finally found reading, and like because I can do it on audiobook, I can do it on my Kindle, I can do it physical. Like there's just so many different formats to do it. I am like seriously would not know what to do without reading now in my life. Like I'm just, yeah, I can't even explain. So yeah, so that's why I created all of this book stuff to talk about it, because since I do hang out with two-year-olds all day, I don't really have anybody to talk about my books with a lot. So I've been loving getting friends and creating a real strong community on here, and I'm just like forever grateful. So that's why I thought I'd just branch out and do the BookTube. So now we're gonna go into these are my top books of 2024, but it's not like just like my top books. Like I didn't just, you know, choose my top 5-star reads. These are like different little categories. So the first category is like, there is going to be an overall winner, but the first category is I cannot stop recommending. Also, these books do not also have to be published this year. They could be published other years, and I just read them this year. I kind of merged a little into 2023, but it's okay. It's okay because it's okay. I cannot stop recommending. Of course, it's a Fourth Wing. It's just everything in here. The romance, the fantasy, the dragons. Everything about it just hits. The characters, the build, the angst, the everything in this book. I just am seriously obsessed with it. I'm so excited for Onyx Storm coming out. Is at the time of this filming is literally coming out tomorrow, but I don't know when this will be posted. But this series seriously just will always have a place in my heart. Like it didn't, I don't consider this exactly the series that got me back into reading, but it definitely helped with it definitely helped. Like I just cannot, like I will literally recommend this to anybody that reads books. Next we have the book that made me cry the most, and it's One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Now she was new for me. I actually went to an event to meet, it was her, she was there with Hannah Nicole Mayer, because love the shout out to the assistant to the villain. It's not on this list, but it's so good. And this book, this is the book that made me cry the most. Like it is, God, it's like you don't even know. You think that's not gonna happen, and then it happens, and you cry about it, and it's sad, but it's like happy in the end. Like I didn't like want to like it didn't make me depressed or anything, but this is like perfect for like if you want a romance but not a happily ever after. Like you want a little bit of a tragedy or a lot of bit of a tragedy, and yeah, her writing is so unique. Like this book was way more, I've had read, what was it? Masters of Death by her, and it was very dialogue-y. Like literally in that book, it was like 100 pages of them chit-chatting in a room. Like I could not, like it wasn't bad, but it was just like so much dialogue. There's so many, the characters are like, you're just like like vested in each character, especially with what happens in the plot. It's two rival like families, like witchy gang. But yeah, One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Like it's not an easy read, but is it worth it? And cry. Next we have the one with the most plot twists, and of course this had to be a thriller. And of course, it's had to be The Housemaid by 𝓑𝓸𝓸𝓵𝓬𝓸𝓶𝓮. This was not my first Frida book. I read plenty of Frida books before this, and I think it was just like all the hype around The Housemaid. I was like, maybe I won't, maybe I will. Like I don't know. I read this on my Kindle and I was literally throwing it. I was throwing my Kindle. I was like, what is happening? I like literally did not see the twists coming. I did not expect what happened to happen. And like, I felt like this much of the book was one story and this was like a whole nother story, like a whole nother plot, or maybe even more than that. But it was just like, it was insane. I cannot wait for the movie. It's a movie, right? I cannot wait for the movie. Now, I did not finish the series. I still have to read the little short story, The Housemaid's Wedding, and I have to read The Housemaid is Watching still. And like, I'm super nervous because I heard like things about it. Like, I'm scared. Like, oh, I'm scared. So yeah, I am gonna finish it though. I'm honestly, I was like trying to get on audio to be like, maybe I'll like it a little better on audio, because the first two I loved. They were both 5 stars, but yeah, I did not see the plot twisting in this one at all. Okay, the next one is like a really short and sweet because it's, I don't have it, but it's BAM. It's another Frida. It's The Gift. If you need like a sit down, like putting your kids to sleep, listen to a good book through and through with great little twists and great little suspense, this is it. I literally remember finishing it and I was like, that was like amazing. Like I was like shocked, and it was like just absolutely perfect, like Christmas thriller, like real quick read. Like I gave 5 stars, would recommend. I'm pretty sure I gave 5 stars, would recommend. Next up is, now this was the first book I read by this author. This is the most surprising, and let me explain. So by most surprising, I was just like, I had heard a lot about Kristen Hanna. I'd heard a lot about, I saw this book was on like, you know, the top for Libby app, audiobooks, and that's how I got it, and I thought, let me give it a try. This book made me literally fall in love with her, like with her storytelling. Like, it was the best fiction. Like, it's like I don't even know how, like, it made me learn like that it can just be a good story. Like, it helped, like, there doesn't need to be like, I mean, there is like stuff going on, but it's like about this family out west. It was just like, I wasn't necessarily on the edge of my seat, but it was just like a really good read, and I was really surprised with how much I enjoyed it. And I now have read like almost all of her more recent catalog, and like Kristen Hanna is like an instant buy for me. I would meet her if I could. Like, her storytelling is just unmatched. I freaking love The Nightingale, and the reason why it's not so surprising, because this is the one that was most surprising, but Nightingale would be on my list if I had like a top book of 2024, because that shit was good. But yeah, this was just so surprising to me because it was just like a all-around great story. Like, I could literally not stop reading it. I remember like plowing through it, like, and like I was just felt so connected with the characters. She does such a great job at like her strong woman female characters, like they're just so good. So yeah, I just love Kristen Hanna and the Four Winds. It was just, it will always have a place in my heart now, because I feel like it got me into like fiction, like books. So next up, we have the best writing. And of course I had to go to my girl. Now remember, I said this wasn't books necessarily released this year, but books I read this year, or like close to, or books released in 2024, but books that I read around then and stuff, because this is my first BookTube video. Bam! Best writing ever. Carissa, take everything, because this was the best book, one of the best books I've read. It's a part of the trilogy. This is book 2, Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent, and she got me back. Serpent and the Wings of Night got me back into reading. So I literally devoured this series, and I am in love with Max and Tassana so much. This was just, I literally want to actually read it again. I read it not too long ago. I want to read it again already. Like, this, Carissa did such a good job setting up in book 1 for this book, and it was just through and through such an amazing story. The characters, the build, oh, the everything about this was just so good. I think Carissa does such a good job at writing, but also it's not like it's like easy writing. It's like, it still makes you think, and like, oh, I think what I love most about Carissa is I can, like, I feel like open the book at any page and find a decent quote. Let's see, actually. I'm just gonna randomly open this up. Let's see what happens. It says, yeah, I found one. It says, "Is this really how you want to start your reign? Hiding from people you rule and drowning in paranoia?" Ugh, like, ugh, because, oh my god, that's what, it just, the characters in this, how she pulls the character from the first book into this book, and all of them, and oh my god, it's just, amazing, stunning, one of a kind, like no one else. If you haven't read Carissa, you need to, and you're a fantasy with romance, like romance, I don't want to say her things are romantasy, because they don't, like, follow the romance thing, but so good. Fantasy with a hint of spice. So much action. I just, the build, the everything, 5 stars. Series 5 stars. Now we have the final one. This is the best book I found, the best book I read in 2024, that I would literally take this book on an island with me if I was stranded, because I feel like it is the perfect start to end. I feel like there is just, the beginning is amazing, and it just continues to be amazing, and I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. I'm pretty sure the last 50% of the book I was dead. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Let's go. House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I know that people really, with the House of Flame and Shadow came out, they did not like it. I loved it, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this book, because this book, people said like, oh, you got to get past the first like 10% the world building. I don't know what y'all were reading. I don't know what I was reading, but I was absolutely addicted to this book. Like, the world building, it's not even about the building, it's the world. It's like cyberpunk. So I was like, literally in my mind, I was like in a cyberpunk city, and it was amazing. The partying, the drugs, the everything, like, this is just so awesome. Like, and like, then what happened in the beginning, like, excuse me, Miss Sarah J. Maas? Like, what? I was screaming. I did not expect it. And then how, like, her and Hunt come together, and like, it was just like how the story went was just so amazing from start to finish. I would live in this world. I would live in this world forever if I could. Like, it was so good. I actually read it on my thing and went through and re-tabbed it, and it was like rereading it. It was so much fun. And it was just like, I still need to do the graphic audio because it came out right around when I read it, but I still want to read it because I still want to listen to the graphic audio because I feel like it'll be amazing. So if you've read it, let me know. I want to know how it is. But yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like Flame and Shadow, but this, I will literally die on this hill. Like, this is like the one book I would take on an island if I could, because I just, like, from beginning to end, it was just so good. Everything about it. I love Bryce. It was just, and Hunt, Rooney, my Rooney. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, this is just, so good. So this is my top overall book I read in 2024. That's just a little bit about me, a little bit of like the books I'm into. So if you want to stick around, that would be awesome. You can like and subscribe. I'm going to try to, I think, post books once a week. Because I don't know how many. If you have any ideas and stuff or anything I could do, let me know below. Or if you guys want to see anything cool, let me know. You have any ideas. But yeah, I'm really excited for this journey, and I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm like super excited to talk to you guys about my nonsense, because that's what I am. I'm nonsense. Did I say I had a dog? I have a dog too. His name's Chewy. He's cute. He's a little corgi Jack Russell. Oh yeah. Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for coming, and I can't wait to continue my book journey with you.